Ineno kalatvlive. Kalatvlive Machiegni Pacho. Ma e odwa.
Sani bende antiere kae mar mondo mi akelni weche mago manyien mag Machiegni Pacho. Wechego mowuok Dabila. Wayudo kanyo ni jatend piny Kenya William Ruto ne omolo e piny South Africa, kama bende ne orwake kod jatend piny South Africa mano moluor Cyril Ramaphosa. Ruto ne oten kod mikae mokwongo mano Mama Rachel Ruto, kama bende Ruto biro bedo katimo limbe e piny South Africa kono kuom ndalo ma bende oromo 2. Igeno ni kata limbe maket koda ma en mano mar bero osiepe kind pinje ariyogo kaachiel koda nyayo kwe.
And I want to reaffirm Kenya's commitment to working closely with South Africa in advancing reforms at the AU on matters to do with peace and security, and also on global governance.
We are encouraged by the progress made in addressing trade imbalances between our two countries, removing barriers that hold our economies back, and strengthening regional value chains. Importantly, our benefits to the citizens of our countries.
Weche mamoko mabende mulo migao no mano mar somo. Wayudo kanyo ni jatend migao mongerore migao mar somo Julius Bitoka ne otwako jofwamb weche, kama bende ne olero chala mano mar somo e pacho kae. Bende ne wacho kanyo ni kalenda mano olosi mar sikunde ibiro lu, kata obedo ni thoth sikunde osebed ka iloro, mano toka bende jopuonjre osegomo kata gisewang'o sikunde. Magi ne owacho kane entiere sikula mano mar Kenya High, kama ne ochopo e kinde nyasi mano mabende ne ichiwo mich ne jopuonjre mawuok e sikunno. Bende ne okwayo tend sikunde mar mondo mi otemo chik itgi ne kwayogo mago mag jopuonjre kaka achiel kuom yorego mago mag thiro.
They seek support and the dialogue with the students, and they speak to them and engage them so that we can reduce any possibility of any unrest in our schools.
Kapo dwarango mana weche makamago, hedo kanyo jogo od bura mano Makiharu Ndindi Nyoro ogolo kwayo ne oganda jokenya mar mondo migitem giket maino e wechego mago mag chiwo puonja ne nyithindo kata jopuonjre mago mabende nitiere sikunde. Magi ne obiro ka otenore kod cases mago mamalo ma osebed ka ineno e pacho kae, mago mabende nyithindo ng'anyo kaachiel kod wang'o koda ka utego mago mag nindo e sikunde.
Most of the second terms, and clearly it is not isolated. There is something we can learn about that trend, and one thing that comes out very clearly, we have abandoned our values. Maybe politics have become so dominant in our personal lives and in our communal lives and our social lives.
Of reference in the implementation of early years education programs. In addition, the county government of Homa Bay has also developed its specific I policy, which is at the assembly level. Additionally, in relation to the curriculum implementation, the county is currently implementing the rationalized curriculum design of 2024 for PP1 and PP2. Further, the agreement between the primary schools and county government of Homa Bay is based on the Early Childhood Education Act 2021 that provides direct support for establishment of eye centers within primary schools as part of the public education infrastructure. The schools have also provided to us mostly their land ownership documents. We have attached all the policy documents as appendices 10A, B, C, D, E, and F, Honorable 360,431,778, out of which development budget is 889,179,445, and recurrent is 4,471,252,333, and we have tabulated the figures below, and we have also provided in the annexures the approved budgets for 20 extracts of the approved budgets.
Pacho kae. Pacho kae.
What we call parental guidance is now has gone down so much so that children are taken to boarding schools at early and tender age, and they are busy with academics at the expense of moral and ethical principles that guide the human society. We would say that it is failure of parental guidance, mentorship, and role modeling, because if children are not given direction and directive, they will not be able to know what to do. To that extent, we blame parents. That children must be taught to avoid strangers so that they don't just fall. It means that our children are malformed and it means that our children are malformed and informed. And I think that is a reason why we even have formed. And I think that is a reason why we even have a lot of unrest in schools, because when children are subjected to so much studies and then they don't have time for prayers, they don't have time for spiritual guidance, they don't have time to socialize with the peers, then it becomes catastrophic. So I think the ministry or the government should put in place mechanism whereby the children have time to go to church, they have time to pray, so that they are not forced to be in school throughout. During the day they are in